Hello friend, Jim here with JBsBigAdventure coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And yes, why is it that you've heard me talking about that Lake Chapala is the number one, I would say, number one expat destination when it comes to retiring? So what I do want to do is I want to share with you just a few things that people say, well, this is a reason why I don't want to retire there, or I've been there and I didn't really like it. These end up becoming probably some of the bigger things. And I just want you to know that this is not everybody. This is just, there's those that are like that. So that's okay. So people will complain about the unreliability of the utilities here. There are times when the electricity goes out. Normally, it's during a storm. Now, where we live, we don't have that issue at all very long. I mean, we've maybe had the electricity off for half an hour. And when the electricity's off, it means the pumps for the water is also off. So it's happened, but I know of folks that have been in Iquique, and they've been without water for a couple weeks at a time. So that's one of those things where, depending on where you're at, depending on how reliable those will be. Cell phone service. Now, for those of you that know, I have a tour service that I provide, the boots on the ground discovery tour. And I share with people what neighborhoods are the better neighborhoods to be in. But I also share what are the best cell phone carriers, because we are on the phone all the time. I'm using the camera on my phone right now. So it's almost like we can't live without our cell phones. If I lost mine, that's my world. So what are the best ones that work here? I would say T-Mobile. Folks that come down that have been here, that have had AT&T in the US or have had Verizon, have the most struggle with things. So, is that something that would stop you from living here? Cobblestone streets. Some people just see that they think that the cobblestone streets are everywhere. And they aren't. They're not everywhere. Cobblestone streets, for the most part, are from the carretera down to the lake. That is where the majority of the cobblestones are. So from the main highway that goes from Ocotepeque to Chapala, going down towards the lake, that's where the majority of the cobblestones are. Now, yes, there's cobblestones that are also on the mountainside of the carretera, but it all depends on where you're at, because that's not true throughout the whole area. The topes, the speed bumps. If you drive and you're familiar with driving, just know that there are speed bumps in the States. The reason they have those here is because there are families that are out and about that have children. So they want to keep the speed down. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that happens in the States also. And I'm sure they have those in Canada. But there are those that becomes a big issue too. Is that something that would keep you from being able to live in paradise and retire in Mexico? Here's a big one: entitlement. I hear too often people that are living under entitlement. This is what entitlement is. Why do I go to the Walmart in Mexico and everything's in Spanish? Should be in English. It's an American company. We're in Mexico. Hello. Another thing, when you drive, there's times where motorcycles will go down both sides of the road. Now, I've seen expats that really complain about that, but it's just the culture here. It's the way things are done. So, just one more thing on entitlement. Remember, we are guests in their country. We're guests. Barbara and I, we've passed now over 4 years of being here. we have our permanent residents. I will tell you, in my experience, the Mexican people are warm, they're kind, they're helpful, they're always happy, they smile. I mean, there's a lot of great things. They're hardworking. So be kind to them. Whether it's just you're at a restaurant, make sure that you tip the server. Maybe you're at the grocery store and you're buying something. Make sure that you tip the bagger. You know, there's things that you need to know about culture here that's really, really important. And I'm gonna do a video on that. I don't know why I haven't done it at all, but I'm gonna do one. But this has really been on my heart in regards to share. The mosquitoes. Now, I've heard people say the mosquitoes are bad. Well, actually here what we have is we've got what are called bobos. Bobos are the male mosquitoes. They do not bite. It's the females that bite. So during the rainy season like we're in, there'll be times that there's a puddle, there'll be a bunch of mosquitoes above it. But they're bobos. Are they a pain? Absolutely. They get inside the house, they're like gnats. So, is that something that would keep you from living a wonderful life? Trashy. I hate it when people talk about this because it isn't trashy. Now, if you go in front of somebody's house and the dog's got through their trash, okay, but that's not the way it is throughout the North Shore here at Lake Chapala. This is probably one of the biggest ones. People come here to retire, to get away from the political views, the religion, the religious beliefs, for healthcare, and also for financial reasons. Now, it isn't our job as expats to try to make sure that we make another expat's life bad because they got to believe what we believe. That isn't the case. Just know, when people come here, they're wanting to get away from all of that. Okay, those are some of the cons that I had to list up. So let me real quickly go through this list of why, in fact, I believe that Lake Chapala is the #1 Mexican retire place for expats as a destination. You can leave the political stuff behind. Absolutely. You can leave it behind. You can come here and not have to deal with it. You can learn Spanish. If you don't already know Spanish, you can learn it here. I've got a gal, very good friend. She's been teaching Spanish for 25 years. Everybody loves her class. This last class that she just started has over 95 people in the class. She has 4 different levels of Spanish. It's incredible. I've taken the class and I'm still taking the class. And that's what it's all about, is embracing the Mexican culture. Daily access to fresh fruits and vegetables. The new, clean, up-to-date, modern hospitals here. The very affordable health care. The ease of banking and also investing. There is an investment bank here that you can actually put in a minimum of $150,000, and in 6 months, that actually is paid out at 11.5%. Where would you like to know where that's at? You can reach out to me. You can live here without a car. Now, there are folks that say they come here and they don't want to have a car. Then there's those folks that says they got to have a car. We have a car. We've had a car ever since we've been here. It's the only way to go. That's me. We're more active. So there is public transportation that you can take, but just remember what's going to happen is you'll probably get on to be full because the bus systems here and the taxis are always busy. So just that's something that you can actually think about. That's important to you. Affordable housekeepers and gardeners. Our housekeeper and gardener charges $5 US an hour. So she comes for about 3 hours every 2 weeks or every other week, and it's like $15. And Barbara also tips her. But that helps the Mexican families also. Very affordable. The variety of delicious foods and restaurants. Phenomenal. The number of restaurants. Barbara and I were taken out to dinner last night to one of the most popular restaurants here, and we had a great time. A variety of colors here at Lake Chapala. You'll see murals and all kinds of things that are going to be on side of the buildings and such, and art. It's very colorful and vibrant here. We're only 30 minutes away from an international airport. That's right. So 30 minutes to the airport, and you can be in the States for right around 2 to 3 hours. You can be there. So it's incredible to be able to get where you need to go and realize that we're only 30 minutes away from that airport. The pace of life, it's slower. You're more relaxed. You can lay back and just relax and stop and smell the roses and don't feel like you've got to be in a hurry anywhere. It's just relaxing time. I got to just say, when we came here, I lived a fast-paced life. In fact, my doctor told me that I either change my lifestyle or I'll have another stroke or have a heart attack. So we made the decision to come here because the stress is totally off the chart. It's not on the chart. Lots of places with churches and places of worship. A very established expat community. So you can come and meet people just like you. There are no vicious dogs. My wife, Barbara, is a rescuer, dog rescuer. And that was one of the things that we were concerned about when we came, because we were told that there were vicious dogs. I've never once seen a dog fight. The weather, I don't know how I got by this one. The weather is the #2 best climate in the world per National Geographic magazine. The #1 is in the Canary Islands. I always get asked that. The best, it's like an eternal spring. The average yearly temperature is 68 to 72 degrees. The rainy season, which we're in right now, is wonderful. As a matter of fact, I just read this morning that the lake is now at 71% of capacity. It was down at around 47. That's something else. That is really something. But it's come back. I mean, it's just wonderful, beautiful. Pharmacies, to be able to get your medications, it's a lot more affordable here. In fact, when you get medications, you don't always have to have a prescription. Now, I've been taking a medication for a long period of time, and it requires a prescription, but Barbara never has to take one because of the fact we've gone there so many times, so they know us. So affordable medications are here. And I've actually had a couple different pharmacists that have actually come here to check Lake Chapala out on my tour. And one of the things they wanted to do is go to the pharmacies just to see what the price of the medications are. If you like walking, if you like running, there's a 20-mile bike path, riding e-bikes or bikes, all the way from Hokotepec and the 20 miles in between going to Chapala. So, why would I say that Lake Chapala is the #1 retirement destination in the world? I just shared that with you. It's a wonderful place to be. I feel so grateful being here. I feel very grateful to the Mexican people. I really do. Well, friend, if in fact you found this information helpful, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That actually lets other people know that it's a great video to watch about retiring here to Lake Chapala. And if you'd like, subscribe. Know you'll be getting great video content on a weekly basis about retiring in Lake Chapala. So as always, thank you so much for being a part of this channel and a part of this community. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.